So it is January 12th, 2024. I moved back to San Francisco, thinking that the waters would be safer and that these people might have lost interest in me. But obviously, that's not what the case is. And all these years, I couldn't figure out the whole thing, of what happened to me, of what happened to my mom, and how this injustice just came pouring on us and stealing everything from us, all based on a bunch of lies. And now I know a majority of it. And so I'm just going to say it here because I don't know what will happen to me from day to day. My house is consistently broken into. My things are stolen. My computers have been so hacked. The code is crazy. All, in attempts to bully me, scare me, and to make sure that I don't have anything incriminating on the people who actually did this. The people who did this were John Rogers, Tom Balon, Melanie Rogers, Drew Rogers, Kevin Gould, and I'm just going to say this really fast. Tom, after we went out, he had probation in 5 different counties because he beat me up so much I didn't ever lied about any of that. Like he says, I had bruises from my neck to my feet. They didn't come from Tupperware. Unfortunately, they did not. He couldn't handle being on probation in 5 different counties. I never testified against him, and I only called the cops twice. All the other times were other people who witnessed. So he went and he faked his death in Costa Rica. He got somebody else's ID, and he came back here, and he got cashed in his life insurance with Rosalind Johnson, his old girlfriend. I know this because he continued to stalk me after his death in brand new cars all the time. And it wouldn't take much because that's the type of person Tom is. But he had help, him and John Rogers, who ripped off $340 million, has a Moissad agent working for him and destroys people's lives. When I had all the pay-by-touch staff here telling me they were going to destroy my life and take everything I loved one by one. And I couldn't figure out who those people were for a while. Then it all came to me over all these years. They continue to do so. They continue to use their connections. Okay, John is a crook, Tom's a crook, but their brother and sisters or cousins are police officers. And so the police officer that instigated this whole investigation against me and controlled the span of the investigation was Melanie Rogers. She was our neighbor in Pacific Grove. I don't think anybody knew that she was related to my ex-boss who threatened me on numerous occasions to destroy me and my mom's life. So I'm saying this all, I'm not giving all the details because I have tons of details and facts that just line up. And I don't think it's so surprising given the amount of corruption we're seeing in government today. But I want my life back. I want to be free. I've lost everything. They killed my mother. Make no mistake, they killed my mother. They put me away so they could steal the money. And now they're mad because I didn't lose the house. And they're trying to bully me out of my house. They've got me on a neighborhood watch because they're cops and they can put me on there. And this is what's going on. And I'm just giving you a synopsis, but I have a very detailed, long story of this whole horrible thing that happened. But And I'd like to see the Mossad agent because I'm pretty sure John Rogers' Mossad agent took all my computers in LA because I recognized him from when the last time I saw my mom, he was there. He sat in the parking lot staring at me and elderly rights advocates for 3 hours. I thought he was an undercover cop till I saw him in the parking lot in Marina Del Rey last year in December when I was meeting with a lawyer. And there his face was. You never forget that face. And I believe that's the Mossad agent that works for John Rogers and who's smearing me and who's an expert at it. And I don't know how an agent from another country comes here destroying American lives. I'm American. I live here. I was born and raised in San Francisco. And I'm not going to be bullied out of my house by the Rogers or by Tom because he's so scared that maybe I'll see him. Well, he showed himself to me numerous occasions. And then the last part, Kevin Gould, I have like I have tapes of Kevin and Tom talking after his death and laughing about me, how they were pulling the wool over my eyes because they were stealing my family's money. And Melanie Rogers covered that part up. So I'm putting this on YouTube right now, and the details will come, but I don't, if anything happens to me, those are the people responsible. They make my life a living hell. They spread rumors about me. They use their political and law enforcement efforts to do evil, to do bad, to harm. I never had any of these kind of problems before I met Tom and John. Never. 40 years, never. It's all a big lie. And I don't care how I have to get, they had the post office are stealing my stuff, man, because they say certain things. Well, they are the liars. They are the thieves. They are the horrid people that we are learning about. All the corruption we see, what's going on in the world, is from those kind of people. I'm not an angel. I'm very far from a human being. But you don't do that. You don't do things like what they've done. And there's documentation up and down. It's just, I don't create it. It's there. Melanie Rogers took over this investigation, accused me of a heinous act, and she was the only one who accused me. And she made all other investigations go away because they were she knew Kevin Gould. I think Kevin Gould's related to her girlfriend. So she protected him. When he hit me, when he did whatever he wanted, he could do whatever he wanted to do. And in fact, her brother was working at Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo wouldn't take our deposits. So they could show an appearance that I wasn't depositing money, but they wouldn't let me. And then they let Kevin buy his own house as a short sale during his divorce. And the $10 that he put down for the down payment, he had to borrow from me. So I have all the text messages. And I don't care what I have to do but to put them out there, but I'm going to. And the only reason I'm doing anything is because these people won't let me live. They plan, they're on my phone. My phone, suddenly people can't get through. They're on my computers. It's too much. This is not America. This is, and this is America. This is not Israel, and this is not Russia. And this is wrong. And I pay taxes to pay for this? No way. No. The corruption, the lies, the deceit, the greed, which is what the Rogers completely exemplify, must stop. And the harassment, the stalking, the complete torture that you've done to me and my mother, killed my mother. You people killed my mother. You are murderers. Did anybody know this, that Melanie Rogers was leading the investigation, and yet she was related to my ex-boss who threatened me on more than one occasion? I don't know, but I'm putting this up on